You weren't famous and didn't want to be. You were quieter. Megyn Kelly has captivated audiences with her honest reporting and gutsy interviews for years. In reality, her life behind the camera is anything but regular. A surprising discovery ended her marriage, which was going well, and led to a choice that left many wondering what occurred. When did her life-changing incident happen? We'll recount Megyn Kelly's hidden tale in this video, starting with her childhood and the events that lead to her extraordinary and tumultuous path. Megyn Kelly's youth and career. Kelly was born November 18, 1970, in Champaign, Illinois. The youngest of 3 children, she lived in DeWitt and Del Mar, New York. Her parents were Edward and Linda Kelly. Edward was an education professor and Linda oversaw the house. At Bethlehem Central High School, Kelly was dance squad captain and did well in school and sports. After graduating high school in 1988, she studied political science at Syracuse University and graduated in 1992. She earned a JD from Albany Law School in 1995 to start her writing career. She was a corporate litigator before moving to journalism in 2004. She joined Fox News as Washington correspondent in 2004. Her lightning-fast queries made her famous. She hosted America's Newsroom First. The Kelly File became a top cable news show. Kelly originally gained national notoriety in August 2015 when she denounced Donald Trump's misogynistic remarks at a grand old party debate. Kelly questioned Trump on his past slurs against women during the debate. Calling women overweight pigs, dogs, slobs, and filthy animals shows you dislike them. Are they the kind of president we should elect? The inquiry brought up Trump's inflammatory comments and made Kelly the primary character, an aggressive reporter who loves to challenge strong individuals. Trump was unpleasant and defensive, putting them in poor relationships. He later added, "There was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her everywhere." Many saw this as an insult to Kelly's femininity and beauty. Days after the discussion, Trump publicly attacked Kelly. He shouted at her on Twitter and in interviews, calling her overrated. He also disdained her writing. Kelly was attacked for 9 months after the argument. Trump insulted her in events and interviews. Kelly claimed she didn't want things to go worse after the incident. That surprised her because she had become a narrative instead of conveying it. Kelly said that her debate question on Trump's treatment of women was justified. Kelly and Trump were deeply touched by the fight. The feud raised Kelly's journalistic profile, but Trump fans and opponents criticized her like never before, even harassing her online. Fox News management had to deal with viewers' reactions to Trump's insults about her, making it difficult for her to work there. Donald Trump's confrontation with Megyn Kelly strengthened his image as an outsider who wasn't afraid to challenge media stars. At that moment, his supporters admired his brutal manner. Trump and Kelly reconciled later that year after months of heated emails and calls. It began with an olive branch and hour-long Trump Tower meeting to make peace. Their relationship improved once they were honest about their differences, but it stayed cold until they exploded in public. She joined NBC in 2017. She hosted Megyn Kelly Today. In October 2018, Kelly inquired if blackface was racist, causing a stir on the show. It was quickly criticized by viewers and coworkers. 2 days later, her show was canceled, ending her NBC tenure. Kelly's reputation suffered from the scandal. Some viewers and coworkers branded her racist, and her journalistic credibility was questioned. NBC fired her in January 2019 as part of a $30 million contract extension arrangement. Before this, she was a popular journalist. In media discussions about race and sensitivity, she is quite controversial. After leaving NBC, Megyn Kelly changed her work. In September 2019, she became an independent producer and founded Devil May Care Media. Starting in 2021, the Megyn Kelly podcast became her main business. It immediately became a hub for political, legal, and cultural discussions. These meetings usually have no agenda and unfettered speech. Show talks encourage open communication. This is why this strategy works for people who like to discuss directly and in depth. Another issue is that Kelly often hosts celebrities. President Trump, Kamala Harris, Jason Whitlock, and Ayaan Hirsi Ali discussed culture as guests. This variety makes her show more fascinating and lets viewers hear multiple perspectives on any topic. Correct people believe the Megyn Kelly Show is one of the fastest growing talk show podcasts. Show topics have always been controversial. It was a 2022 fast-growing item. SiriusXM and all social media platforms carry the show. The show reaches many people. After leaving NBC, Megyn Kelly changed. It allowed her to express her experience and discuss audience-relevant themes without traditional media constraints. She could elaborate more now that she was independent. Unlike on network TV, Kelly acquired many Instagram and YouTube followers with her maneuver. Despite no longer working for a major network, she was a notable media figure and pundit on several channels. Kelly's many prizes and achievements have changed journalism and the media. She got the 2009 Child Help Award for reporting on child abuse, demonstrating how much she raised awareness of vital social issues on Fox News. Next year, in 2010, Albany Law School awarded Kelly the Alumni Achievement Award for her many achievements as a graduate. The 2014 Time magazine 100 Most Influential People in the World list made her more prominent. She has transformed political stories and public discourse. In 2016, Kelly appeared on Vanity Fair again, making headlines. The publication covered her career and impact. She became even more powerful after being designated one of Hollywood Reporter's 100 Most Influential Women in Entertainment. Settle for More, her autobiography, was the first New York Times bestseller in 2016. She was open about her media struggles, including being a woman reporter and her connections with powerful politicians. It all came together when she was inducted into Bethlehem Central High School's Hall of Fame. How Megyn Kelly sees Daniel Kendall. Daniel Kendall met Megyn Kelly at a Chicago street festival in his third year of medical school. He practiced law at Bickle and Brewer for 4 years. As they advanced in their careers and moved to New York, Baltimore, and Chicago, their bond deepened. Their Catholic wedding took place 18 days after the September 11th attacks in 2001. It felt like the perfect method to organize a chaotic nation. Soon after, their marriage was tested. Kelly and Kendall were ambitious professionals with separate life goals. Kendall had traditional views on marriage and family, whereas Kelly wanted to work in TV news. Kelly didn't want babies, which strained their relationship. Kendall subsequently said their marriage was poor because both demanded more than they could offer. They caused tension with their type of personalities. Kelly was still driven in her profession, and his hunt for a traditional wife was going well. The couple divorced in 2006 after 5 years. They parted amicably, with Kendall noting they had different goals and lifestyles. Are what ended their marriage. Daniel Kendall and Megyn Kelly remained friends following their breakup. Megyn Kelly lived 200 yards from Daniel Kendall for a while. After their amicable divorce, they remained friends. Let's discuss Kendall. He was born in 1984 in Springfield, Missouri, of 7 siblings. His pastor father raised him religiously. He made personal and career decisions based on strong principles and community. Northern Arizona University awarded Kendall a bachelor's in 1992. He graduated from Midwestern University's Chicago College of Osteopathic Medicine in 1999. He then did an internship at Lutheran Medical Center in Brooklyn and a residency in anesthesiology at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago, where he was head resident until 2003. He received interventional pain management training from Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland, after working hard to improve. During his fellowship, he became chief fellow and graduated in 2004. Clinical teaching helped him develop leadership and field knowledge. Kendall joined National Spine and Pain Centers in 2004. Soon after, he became a pain management team standout. Doctor is board certified in anesthesia and pain management. His professional expertise focuses on sophisticated non-surgical chronic pain treatments. He performs epidural nerve blocks, radiofrequency ablation, and spinal cord stimulation under fluoroscopic guidance. He has published many papers and lectured nationwide on many aspects of interventional pain management in addition to his clinical work. Drugs and spinal cord treatment relieve persistent pain. His membership on the National Physician Advisory Board for Advanced Bionics reflects his leadership in spinal cord stimulation. Kendall has won many accolades and been named one of the nation's best doctors by Washingtonian Magazine and Northern Virginia Magazine. His co-workers and patients laud him. Kendall's business boomed after his 2006 divorce from Megyn Kelly. After their divorce, sources say they remained friends. Kelly's words on infidelity in a relationship irked him when his affair was revealed. He stressed his loyalty to Kelly throughout their marriage. Kendall married Emily Kendall in 2009. 3 children, a son and 2 girls. He thinks Emily is a great, smart wife who assists him regularly. A $2 million Virginia house belongs to the couple. What Megyn Kelly and Douglas Brunt are doing. After moving on, Megyn Kelly met Douglas Brunt on a blind date in 2006 through friends. Kelly liked Brunt because she was quiet and humble. She liked that he didn't fear her strength. About 14 months after meeting, they were engaged in September 2007. A New Year's Eve walk with Kelly's dogs changed their connection. Brunt asked her to marry him sooner than expected after a fight transformed into a heart-to-heart that showed how much they loved each other. March 1st, 2008. Megyn Kelly married Doug Brunt at Oheka Castle in Huntington, New York. About 130 close family and friends attended the wedding. Since then, their relationship has developed and they have 3 children. Edward Yates was born in September 2009, Yardley Evans in April 2011, and Thatcher Bray in July 2013. Kelly often called Brunt her biggest fan. She kept hearing that statement, proving their friendship has brought them closer. She says having a family is her greatest accomplishment. Brunt was first concerned about Kelly's successful media career and the risk of fame. He had grown used to this part of their life and knew this needed to be considered, especially because Kelly's firm was still developing when they married. Like other celebrity couples, They have faced the same challenges as all couples seeking to enhance their relationship. The grueling job required long hours and public exposure, which may strain their relationship. Brunt valued privacy. Both have had to balance their private life and public image. Under frequent public observation, the relationship was under pressure, but honest communication helped. When problems arose, they could discuss honestly. Proactively addressing the issue has helped them resolve it without letting it undermine their marriage. Most people thought they were a power couple that worked well together. Though media attention has been irritating, Kelly and Brunt have handled it nicely. The pair shares family moments on social media while setting limits. Doug Brunt was born August 25, 1971, in Philadelphia, to a hard-working, educational family. His parents were Dr. Manly Yates Brunt, Jr. and Jacqueline Bray Brunt. They established an intellectually stimulating environment. Brunt attended the conservative elite Haverford School, recognized for its difficult classes. He attended Duke following high school. Graduated in 1993 with an economics major, he had a solid education and learned many ideas that will influence his writing and business at Duke. Brunt began his finance career as a Booz Allen Hamilton consultant. He developed analytical and strategic talents there. He then joined Credit Suisse First Boston, a trade bank where he learned finance. He looked for work outside banks due to his entrepreneurial ambition. He switched careers and became a director at Idealab, a software startup accelerator. In 2001, Douglas Brunt became Authentium's president and CEO. Company headquarters are in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Brunt oversaw this company's online shopping security software development before it was sold to ComTouch in 2011. He left the company after selling its Command antivirus division for $4.6 million. Adding assets might boost the return to $8 million. This helped him maintain his industry image. That period and what he did there educated him about business management struggles and fresh ideas. After leaving Authentium, Brunt began writing to fulfill his longtime need to tell stories. His debut book, Ghosts of Manhattan, a 2013 New York Times bestseller, criticized Wall Street culture. The years before the 2008 financial crisis. Douglas Brunt's writing adventure. In 2005, Bear Stearns bond trader Nick Farmer is unhappy with his employment and personal life. Nick, 35, enjoys luxury automobiles, restaurants, and a lavish social life. No longer exciting, which prompted him consider his choices and how they've influenced his marriage to Julia, an interior designer. Nick grows up on Wall Street, where dishonesty and drug use are rampant. His choices weigh on him as he learns of Bear Stearns' disturbing tactics that could predict the next financial collapse. This shows how morality and solid allegiance conflict. Brunt's novel addresses essential topics like disappointment, which Nick and other dissatisfied workers face. He represents the anxiety many feel when their aspirations cost them. The book criticizes Wall Street greed by examining Nick's moral issues in finance. Choosing right against achieving what you desire is shown in his inner battles. Brunt criticizes Wall Street and society's beliefs that prioritize money over people's well-being with fun and wit. Nick Farmer, a flawed but charming main character, will resonate with readers who have felt lost in their employment. Brunt examines Nick's self-reflection for identity and significance. Nick is likable because he struggles between his yearning for change and his well-paying career. How Nick's choices affect their connection and how they feel emotionally distant provides complexity to Nick and Julia's relationship. Brunt's perceptive writing and human nature insights reveal Wall Street's excesses and moral decay. His metaphors enhance the tale and clarify complex concepts. Ghosts of Manhattan debuted to mixed reviews. The tale and societal criticism were lauded. Some commentators claimed Brunt captured Wall Street's attitude before the catastrophe, but others said it felt too familiar in the financial thriller genre. The book is engaging and thought-provoking, appealing to modern ethics and business enthusiasts. After this book's success, Brunt wrote The Means in 2014 about Tom Pauley, Mitchell Mason, and Samantha Davis in a high-stakes political campaign. Tom Pauley, a prominent Durham trial lawyer, dominates the story. His career changes when grand old party officials persuade him to run for governor. Charismatic, he soon attracts admirers, making him a contender. While running for office, he faces moral dilemmas that test his honesty. Mitchell Mason, the next president-elect, comes from a political family. The personal touch and strategic movements of his administration earn friends and adversaries. Mason is running for re-election, but his prior decisions raise questions about his suitability. A motivated lawyer turned reporter, Sam Davis, deepens the story. Her obsession with a 10-year-old narrative could jeopardize Pauley's campaign and Mason's presidency. This shows how media and politics are linked and how investigative journalism influences minds. Brunt's The Means examines how desire can lead to wrongdoing. Pauley's path reveals how personal ambitions and morals can conflict as he meets moral dilemmas. Character relationships demonstrate political campaign power. Mason's powerful, arrogant leadership affects operations. Samantha's reporting job reveals how media shapes political stories. Her study exposed corruption, demonstrating how journalism checks power. Brunt excels at creating complex characters with shifting motivations. Young lawyer Tom Polly wants to succeed. As his character evolves, moral issues that challenge his honesty reveal bigger issues. From potential contender to moral dilemma solver, his story gets increasingly interesting. Veteran politician Mitchell Mason has charm and bluster, showing how difficult it is to maintain an image under public scrutiny. His personality makes me consider authenticity and leadership. Samantha Davis is compelling because she wants the truth. Her two careers as a reporter and kid actor deepen her character and demonstrate how personal background affects work aspirations. Brunt writes snappy conversation and intriguing prose. To keep readers engaged, he uses vivid visuals to bring the political environment to life and moves the plot rapidly. Readers learn how intricate current politics is by watching how personal and public egos interact. The Means was praised for depicting politics well. Brunt's ability to blend fantasy and reality made the novel relevant to modern readers, noted critics. The novel's moral complexity appealed to political scandal and media bias specialists. Brunt's expertise at building tension with plot twists was highly popular. The plot is intriguing and makes you consider political ambition. Trophy Son is a 2017 tennis-themed book by Douglas Brunt, examining the challenges young athletes and their families face due to parental expectations and the desire to succeed. Brunt's latest novel, The Mysterious Case of Rudolf Diesel, is a biography mystery about the inventor's mysterious absence. People have praised this book's intriguing plot and comprehensive research. Brunt writes clearly and passionately. He mixes complex narratives with believable characters, making his works engaging and thought-provoking. His business career gives him distinct insights that make his novels more fascinating and help readers relate to the characters. Brunt has produced fiction and articles for leading publications and periodicals like the New York Times. His writing versatility is shown here, and his multifaceted approach to modern issues. Additionally, he runs Dedicated with Doug Brunt, a podcast where he interviews other writers on their creative processes and literary experiences. He can discuss other writers' life and communicate with the literary community on this site. Douglas Brunt explains how a passion may shift a career from corporate executive to famous novelist. His writings appeal to those who wish to be entertained and contemplate desire, identity, and society. Brunt is also a charity worker. He serves on the board of the Young Adult Institute YI, which helps intellectually and developmentally disabled adults. His commitment to education and community involvement displays his values and desire to change things. Megyn Kelly had several issues early in her relationship with Brunt, including a terrifying stalking incident that required extra precautions. Kelly was stalked before meeting Brunt, so she was always with security. She was used to being observed as a popular TV reporter. Thus, this situation drastically affected her personal life and relationships. Beginning January 2006, Kelly and Brunt often dated with bodyguards. Brunt compared their early dates to high school sophomores going to the prom grown-ups went. Due to the security guards' constant surveillance, romantic overtures were awkward. Brunt was kind, but Kelly's need for safety complicated their new connection. Both partners had to be careful with their feelings while trying to connect in less than ideal circumstances. Kelly's father died. Despite these issues, Kelly and Brunt formed a close emotional bond by sharing their concerns and experiences. Kelly felt safe talking about her problems and background with Brunt's warmth and understanding, which developed trust in their relationship. Kelly had a horrible life too, especially after her father, Edward Kelly, died abruptly at 15. This loss shaped her views on death and family. Edward Kelly died of a heart attack shortly after midnight on December 15, 1985. Just days earlier, he was diagnosed with heartburn. Kelly said his sudden death left her and her family with a devastating mental scar, like a nuclear bomb. The loss at a vital period made childhood difficult for her. Her mother helped the family cope with the death by utilizing humor and teaching her children to laugh even in hard times. After her father's death, Kelly said one of the most important things she learned was how swiftly death can happen. After losing a loved one so young, she realized how precious life is and how brief life is. This lesson shaped her lifelong relationships and job. How do you view Kelly's boyfriend Daniel Kendall? Leave a comment below. Please like and follow to learn about interesting people's lives.